Here's the plan for today's stream. I'm gonna go through the changes. First, we have some general ones where I'm just gonna go through the list with you guys. Brought to you by Urien. And then when I'm done with that, we're gonna go through individual characters. I don't know if I'm gonna make every character, but I'm gonna do this for at least a few hours. I'm gonna take a look at the characters I want to see the most. So like, of course, Urien, Sagat, Cammy, Menat, that kind of jazz. I want to go through those, like, you know, the top 5 characters and my characters first of all, and then let's see what time we get after that to analyzing these things. So that's what it's gonna do today. I haven't read any of this, so you know, I've only seen a few things on Twitter on how people are quitting the game and quitting Urien, so I'm a bit anxious. And some Kage stuff. How do you pronounce it? Kage? Kage? I don't know. Okay, but let's go through it. Let's see. So, the first few changes I see is moves with armor. If your character's vitality is reduced to 0, they will be KO'd, even if they have white gauge remaining. Okay. Stun values for opponents' attack are absorbed by the armor state when been reduced from. Okay. So moves like Urien's tackle with V skill on. Moves like Zangief's V skill. Real parry? Akuma's V skill. Abigail's V skill, I think. It's going to if they absorb a hit when they're down to like a pixel HP, they're gonna die. Huh. Okay. So less defensive mechanics. Wait. Does this mean that because you get grey health from killing, from taking a hit, you take great damage from taking a hit from a V reversal. So since there's grey health, but it's still HP you take away, will the character die if it gets hit by a V skill? And I think it does. By that definition, a character that gets hit by a V reversal and has no HP left is gonna die. That's crazy. Invincible moves that can be counter hit after the move ends. Okay. Among the invincible moves where the counter hit status continues up to the end of the move, for moves are invincible from frame run. Damage dealt during move recovery will be 1.2 that of the normal damage dealt. Please refer to each character to see which moves have been affected. Wait, so they're nerfing DPs overall, like all the invincible reversals are getting nerfed. So not only now you get counter hit state, you take 20% more damage, but they're frame 1 now, all of them? For moves are invincible from 1 frame. Okay, so if they're invincible from 1 frame, okay, so they aren't frame 1 now, starter. Okay, so a nerf to DPs, which means a buff to characters like Zangief, Mika, Urien, Ibuki, but also a nerf to Urien and Ibuki. But I don't really use EX Headbutt, so it doesn't really it doesn't really bother me. Okay, invincibility on V-trigger activation. The invincibility during the screen freeze for V-trigger activation differed, as there were some characters who took a hit and others who did not. This has been changed so that all characters will take the hit if it lands during the screen freeze of a V-trigger activation. That was not cancelled into. See each character change list to see which characters are affected. Okay, this is a huge. What about moves like Give's V trigger? Is that just projectile invincible? That's not gonna change for that. I know it's gonna be a kind of a change for Urien, but Urien you already took the hit when you did defensive V trigger most of the time. It's very rare you could sometimes escape a throw with it, but that's basically it. Not the biggest change. It's a good change in my opinion. It was kind of wonky when it happened because no one did it on purpose. So fair enough. I think that's a pretty good change. Like fair. Like Urien's already got hit by the move most of the time, and people have started finding cross counter combos to close mirrors wake up. Behavior when taking damage during screen freeze. If a character receives damage during V-trigger screen freeze, okay, here we go. The recovery of the character that took damage would be shortened by 1 frame. This has been fixed to the intended. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting bug to find. That's pretty funny. Fair enough. I don't really see anything towards that being good or bad. Behavior when certain attacks hit during screen freeze and KO animations. Fix the phenomenon where if a certain attack connected at the same time as the CA V trigger KO animation, the character will behave in an unnatural way. Applies to Urien. Fair. Behavior when inputting EX special moves as a reversal. Fix the phenomenon where if using a certain button when inputting EX special move as a reversal, the move would come out 1 frame slower. I have experienced that. I have actually experienced that, not playing Urien, but when I played Nikali. I remember this. That's actually... so there was a bug, I wasn't crazy. That's good to know. Behavior when inputting certain commands as reversals. My forward backward dash was input at the same time as a command at reversal time. The command move would come out after the dash. Wait, what? Yeah, forward or backwards dash was input at the same time as a commander at reversal time. That's funny. Never seen that bug. Okay, developers notes. Cross counters were adjusted as part of Season 3 adjustment, but as a result this led to a decrease in risk for invincibility moves. So this time around we had made adjustments based on that. For moves such as EX Shuriken that are invincible from 1 frame and have counter hit status. Until then, okay, so it's just literally Shurikens. Dragon punches. When blocked, they will be subject to take more damage upon a counter hit. Only the first hit will deal 1.5 damage. Okay, but depending on the move used to start the punish, it would lead to very damaging punish. Yeah, it would. Stand fierce. A button that deal that's actually that's 140 damage on charge stand fierce now, I think. Maybe a bit more actually. Regarding moves with armor, considering that the number of armor moves is increasing while there aren't many armor break moves in the game, we've changed it so that characters can be KO'd if their vitality drops below 0, even during an armor absorb. As a trade-off, we adjusted it so that damage dealt to armored moves is reduced, but it was also damage. They didn't say damage, they just say stun values. Is damage also reduced? They only say stun here. There was a large discrepancy what the hell? So in characters who could take advantage of the V-trigger activation invincibility window, as well as the invincibility time of preference thereof. So we made changes to make it more universal across the board. Oh, so you want to make that universal but not V reversals. Also in regards to moves that trigger a cross counter, the amount of V-gauge meter gain was adjusted overall, taking into consideration the ease of inducing a cross counter and the strength of the return. I like this. Depends on how, of course, if it gets increased so you get more V-gauge, I'm not a for it, but if you get less V-gauge for cross counter, it means that the game is going to be slower and you're gonna see less V triggers as fast across the board, which I'm fine with. I'm cool with that. Of course, it's kind of a nerf to Urien, but it's not that bad. Okay, so let's go through Urien. Excellent. What? Okay, the first thing I see is back recovery, adjusted the recovery animation. What the hell? So this is why I picked double Urien, by the way, so you can see this. So back recovery. Oh shit! How many saw that coming? What the hell? That's so janky. It's like he's missing a freaking. It's like he's missing an animation part. Like. What the hell? That's so weird. Now I kind of want to see how it looked before. Okay, fair enough. Okay, standing hard punch. Reduce the V meter gain on no charge from 150 to 120. So they did reduce it overall. That's good. Okay, actually we need to. One player V gauge, infinite, maximum, normal. That's still a lot. That's still like. So you need 3 to get a bar now. Yeah. That's 3 now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually a lot when you think about it. Wait, okay, so in the notes, we're just gonna follow the notes because it might come later. But in the notes, they actually don't say. We're gonna need the cover hit a bit more. They actually don't say anything about the stand hard punch, charge stand hard punch. So 120. This. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Anyway, the next one is crouching hard kick. V gauge meter gain from cross counter increased. Okay, so you get more for getting a sweep now. You get the same for sweeps from you get the same for a sweep that you get for a stand hard punch and no charge. That's interesting why they did that. Okay, so that's kind of the universal changes they did. Okay, nothing suspicious across the board. Besides, they didn't balance the charge stand hard punch. They only balanced the non-charge stand hard punch, which that doesn't make sense to me, because the reason they did this change was to was because they nerfed DPs, and because the DPs got nerfed, they also introduced that that's what I literally just read this. They also introduced that you need less damage to get the you get less V meter because the DPs got nerfed. But they didn't nerf the charge stand hard punch, which is the one you use to punish blocked DPs with. Okay, whatever. Crow kick. Okay, what has happened to crow kick? This is crow kick, by the way. Active frames increased from 3 to 4 frames. Okay. Recovery reduced from 19 to 18. Okay. Advances on hit increased from 3 to 4 frames. Will no longer trigger a crush counter. But it's still -4, right? -4. Okay, but that means we can do stuff like that. That's so weird. That's very weird. But that also means if it's counter hit, we get okay. Oh, that's nasty. What? Oh my god, the range! Let's just fix that. What? This is a legit poke now. That's so weird. Okay. Interesting. Interesting change, in my opinion. So, okay. I used to have a meaty I used to do, if people don't know me that well, I used to do back throw into, actually it's forward throw into this. Non-recovery, because that would beat, because that would beat, how I say, it would beat wake up jab. So you had like, is he gonna curl kick or is he gonna dash and throw or do something else on a throw? And if they did a jab, I could cancel that into V trigger, or if they did back get up, I had a proper meaty with a stand medium punch. Oh my god. Really? Man, he seems to wake up so slow. That seems so slow now too. What the hell? Oh, it's because of my god, my bad. That wake up button. That's not wake up button. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's a 4 frame too. So I'll do this. Okay. That is a game changer. That's pretty good. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dope. Yeah, it also counts as free framers. I don't have a free frame on Urien, but that also counts as free framers, Calcigo. Okay. So that's Quell Kick. Then we have EX Dangerous Headbutt. Increase the damage taken from an attack that is hits during the move's duration by 1. Yeah, okay, that's what we read before. Okay. Light chariot tackle damage increased from 70 to okay. Medium chariot tackle increased from 80 to 90. Okay. Small damage buff on. So this became better. This became a better meaty by a little bit. That's pretty cool. The Aegis Reflector, back, front, above V trigger 1 can now be hit by an attack during the freeze upon V trigger activation. Yeah, but that already happened. Like, there's nothing new in this. I don't see this being a nerf, even though Uriens were probably the biggest offenders of this. But yeah, this is the same. So let's say we do like a tackle into a melee. Yeah, it's the same. So we can do stuff like this. Actually, there's a small trick a lot of people don't know about Urien. What you can do, check this out. So, like, this doesn't really matter because so like it doesn't really matter that much. You could you've always been able to do that. With all characters basically. But it is a nerf. Because I have at least a Instagram clip where Gino wants to do a throw on me and I'm waking up with Aegis. And I don't get hit by the throw because of the 1 frame invincibility. So there is cases where it happens. So of course it is a nerf, but it's not really a big one. Okay, so that's Aegis Reflector. And then there's a lot of... yeah, everything else is on VTuber 2. So let's just change VTuber 2. Okay, so what is the VTuber 2? Can now be hit during the screen freeze upon VTuber activation. Okay. Damage increased from 90 to 100. Okay. Okay, so now it's max charge. How does it look with more damage? Like 10 damage. Okay. Charge so that the attack will retain armor up to immediately after attack startup. Oh, it's not charge. Changed so that the attack will retain armor up to immediately after attack startup. Okay, so it keeps until the very end. Wait, it does have 1 hit of armor. I keep forgetting. This one is basically a parry. Okay. The charging portion and the attack portion will have 1 hit of armor each. Wait, but that's only on max charge, right? Okay. That's only a max charge, right? Okay, I just want to record something real quick to test this. Oh man, that's hard to time. I guess that was doing the hit. Okay. Okay. I guess that's pretty good, but like that's only good against V skill, unless. Okay, let's read on. Maybe that's some other things. Attack will continue to have armor up to the point where the hitbox for the second attack disappears. The charging portion will have 2 hits of armor. Note the number of armor hits will be shared between the charging portion and attack portion. Damage wait. That actually sounds decent versus Gale now, so if we put that on again and Okay. That's a legit Gale counter. Huh. Not bad. Interesting. Anti-fireball take. This character has been missing that. But will it be enough to beat Aegis Reflector? We'll have to see. Okay, and then the last thing. Tyrant Blaze with V skill, max charge. Okay. Attacking will continue to have armor. Attack will continue to have armor up to the point where the hitbox for the final attack disappears. Okay, the charging portion will have 2 hits of armor. Note the number of hard charge between charge portion and attack portion. Okay, so what is your developer's note? We've improved the functionality for his forward-moving attack moves, giving him more opportunities to go on the offensive. I mean, you still nerfed this. You know, I'm not gonna be picky, but you still nerfed forward medium punch last patch. We gradually reviewed the functionality of his crow kick, which did not see a lot of uses in footsies. Correct. It no longer triggers a cross counter, giving him chances to combo with it from it, even on normal hit. Correct. But it's unsafe. Hey Dean. The thing is, this move is unsafe. Like it's -4. So every that's such a big risk. Like a normal hit. Like if I'm here, fair enough. Like, I guess it's fine. Like you get something out of it. But is that a pun? Tackling crow kick. It doesn't even combo at max range. Dean, I literally went through that right before. It has improved its melee. It is his go. I would say this is his go-to melee button after a throw. But the thing is, it's still unsafe. Like forward throw, it's safe to do. Because you're not in danger of getting hit, and you can combo it into forward medium punch and counter hit. But back throw, it's still dangerous to do, because if you do it on back throw and do a crow kick, you are on range to do it. And you have to remember, if you can do a combo with it, you can be punished for it with the 4-framer. Urien's 4-framer isn't that far. Like, this is a far 4-framer. I'll admit it, but there's a lot of 4-framers that is this far. So it's not. So I need to go over more who can punish it and when they can punish it. But it is better. Anyway, we're going through the patch notes for Urien. About to finish it up. I'm gonna put this up on Twitch, YouTube later. I'm gonna up like these whole things. I'm gonna make them into nice videos. It is cool. It's cool. It's a better footsie button now. I can't. Hey, come on, Butler. All these characters I go through today is gonna be put up on YouTube later during this week as videos, so you can like see my thoughts if you missed some of this. Of course, you can also check the VOD if you don't wanna wait for the YouTube video. Anyway, I was finishing this thing. We greatly reviewed the functionality of Crow Kick, which did not see a lot of uses in footsies. It no longer triggers a cross counter, giving him chances to combo from even a normal hit. Yeah. For retrigger 2, Tyrant Blaze, we made adjustments to the armor duration and number of hits for the max charge version, as well as V-skill version, making it easy to use. Okay. Overall, I don't think they really touched Urien. Like, reading through this, Urien didn't really get nerfed or buffed, in my opinion. Urien kind of stayed the same. Like, of course, if you're a Urien that does a lot of EX headbutts, you've been nerfed. Your playstyle has been nerfed. But the character, in and of itself, hasn't really been touched. Probably because he got touched a lot last season, so they probably keep him the same. Now, depending how good Urien is, all depends now on how good other characters is in the game. I don't know, Dean. I'm gonna go look at that now. The next character we're gonna look at is Cammy. We're gonna look at Cammy in a second. But I wanna go through Cammy. I wanna go through Guile, and I wanna go through Maynard as some of the characters. But yeah, I think that's it for Urien. So yeah, let's move on to Guile, shall we?